Oklahoma is reporting an equal-size hail at this time, and have reports of dun-size hail in Osceola.
All right. From severe weather, from a winter weather season 2014 to a busy severe weather season beginning 2015. This is Steve for the Chattanooga Weather Desk, and I am bringing all reports of severe weather, including all the things that I'm currently seeing here on Chattanooga Weather Desk. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Cooper, and this is Google Hangouts Chattanooga Weather Desk. I'm glad to have you all along. Now, earlier, just in case you were watching, we were broadcasting videos of the latest tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, Jason Campbell and I, and certainly what a great job Jason Campbell did with that video. I'm very proud of that video, and look forward to doing a whole lot more in the near future. But of course, we are going to go ahead and capsize that information, and we're going to go and get right straight to some severe storm activity and show you exactly what we got going on for tonight and in through the day tomorrow as well. But first, let's talk about tonight and give you some details as of what is going on right about now. And let me go ahead and go to my screen share here real quick. I want to say hi to everyone. I'm glad everyone has joined along, and hope you all that watch this broadcast, you share this with your friends, and we can get quite a few hits off this as well. Let me go ahead and show you what's going on with the current radar real quick. Now, latest radar, there is a tornado warning only. This is a tornado warning only, and this is now for Kansas. In the Missouri, actually it's a tornado warning in Oklahoma. There was a tornado warning earlier in Kansas. Now there appears to be a tornado warning in Oklahoma. Some very good rotation with that cell as it pushes its way off to the east and also a bit northeast. There's a tornado warning for central Craig County as well as east central Nowata County. And this is going into northeast Oklahoma until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And at 9:17, a severe thunderstorm was producing a tornado located 9 miles east of Lepna and moving east at 30 miles per hour. Tornado and ping pong ball size hail, radar indicated rotation, flying debris also will be dangerous to those who are caught out in the storm. If you're in this tornado warning thing, what you need to do is go ahead and take cover now. Go to a designed shelter such as a safe room or storm room, and make sure to go into a basement as well. So that's a tornado warning for Craig County, and looks like that tornado warning is now canceled. However, it still remains in effect for central Craig County until 9:45. So it was for Craig County, and now it's for central Craig County, meaning they have cut some of that tornado warning off of that county. Now, we do have severe thunderstorms that have exploded quite well this afternoon. You can see over Kansas there is a severe thunderstorm watch, and that watch goes all the way through midnight local time and then through the overnight hours. Now, further southeast of that yellow watch box, we have a tornado watch in red, and this affects anywhere from Salem all the way back into Pawnee, Oklahoma, where that tornado watch is currently substantial. Now, right now, depending on wherever you're at, whether it be the severe thunderstorm or tornado watch, folks, let me just give you some heads up. no matter what severe weather watch box you're in, you are still in you are still in a threat of severe weather, and that currently does not take or eliminate the tornado threat from you. But what you'll likely see is large hail damaging winds or tornado within the threatened areas that are currently in the tornado watch. Now, in the severe thunderstorm watch, you're more than likely to see more in the way of large hail damaging winds than tornadoes. But we'll keep you updated on that as radar is showing pretty good area, pretty good tail end Charlie here. And this is just to the west of Centrella. This is where this is actually a good sign of a rear flank downdraft. But along this pendage, that's what you need to be looking out for as I go into the basic reflectivity. You'll see that there's plenty of good rotation as that storm starts wrapping around. So if you don't really see a lot of wind, you'll definitely see some destructive wind there, as well as possibly some hail, even along with this storm inside the storm. But on the outside, notice that little pendage you're seeing. That's a good chance you'll possibly see a tornado. So just take cover immediately in a basement if a tornado is spotted and a warning becomes issued for your location. So we're going to give you a close update and continue to keep you aware of that situation should any more warnings come across the screen there. What I want to do now is go to the National Weather Service and website and, kind of give you some information that not only tonight over Missouri and Kansas, but even as we go into the day tomorrow, the severe weather threat that is back to the west will possibly make its way through all the Tennessee Valley as we go into Friday. And so, the system that is affecting Missouri, Kansas, and parts of Arkansas is that same storm system that's going to be affecting the Tennessee Valley for Friday and Friday night. And we'll get you some more details on that here in a few minutes. But this is the area of forecast interest tonight by the National Weather Service. This is where no severe storms is expected. So if you're within the Tennessee Valley area, you shouldn't see any severe weather tomorrow. That's the good. Shouldn't see any severe weather tonight. That's the good news. You could see a few showers and thunderstorms overnight, but I don't really expect to see any severe unless something fires up or sparks up rather quickly and not even knowing. Now here's a look at the time frame for the National Weather Service. That's actually a severe weather outlook for tomorrow. Now I can go ahead and show you that the Storm Prediction Center does not include Chattanooga in the moderate risk of severe weather, or the enhanced risk, if you will. The more enhanced risk of severe weather goes anywhere across west parts of Morgan County. That would include where my mom and dad lives at, back over to parts of Nashville, and then further back into Memphis, Tennessee. That is where the enhanced risk of severe weather sets up. And primarily, this is also where the tornado threat is most likely to occur as well. Now, further east of that, as you make your way into Chattanooga, on up in through I-75 to I-81, unfortunately, that's where the slight risk of severe weather is. So we look anywhere from Chattanooga on up into Kentucky. It looks like a lesser threat, but still nonetheless a severe weather threat for some large hail damaging winds. Can roll out a couple of scattered tornado warnings along with that for tomorrow. Notice the color is yellow. Now the color back that is enhanced is the area that is enhanced risk, and that's in the orange, and that goes all the way through Morgan, Cumberland, and back over into Fentress County. So what the SPC is looking at here, and what I've seen on the models, is the storms that are affecting Missouri right now and Arkansas. They're going to move kind of slowly overnight. They will be affecting West Tennessee and West Middle Tennessee through tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll start seeing those storms move east into Nashville and also for parts of the plateau. So we're going to keep an eye on that real close. And if you have my severe weather alerts, I always tell my wife this. I've actually got it hooked up on a system of mine, and I'm going to actually fire that off as a test sometime coming up very soon for her once more. And if you're interested to be on it, I would like to put you on it as well. But this is the severe weather outlook risk regarding for the day tomorrow. And as you can see, we have a long day ahead. And when I say we, I'm talking about everybody across Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So it's a good idea if you really kind of pay attention to your local media. Make sure you listen to the National Weather Service updates. Should you get a warning come across your weather radio, don't just wake up to it and turn it off. It's not an alarm clock. When that weather radio goes off, that is your lifesaver. It's alerting you that severe weather is crawling or about to crawl in your area, and you need to seek shelter immediately. Now, I want to kind of reiterate the marginal risk. Here's the difference between the three risks. The enhanced risk is the more widespread, better chance for tornadoes or any severe weather. The slight risk is in the yellow here, and this is going anywhere from central Kentucky and back down into Chattanooga. The slight risk is a much more lesser threat, but still nonetheless a good threat of severe weather to sustain. Now, as you make your way on up into East Tennessee, Northeast Tennessee to West Virginia and Bristol, Virginia, there is a chance for a few severe storms and still possibly some damaging winds or an isolated tornado. And that goes anywhere from Bluefield, Virginia, and back down into parts of Georgia as well. So long day ahead of us for tomorrow. It's going to start off in West and Middle Tennessee. So if you know anybody in Nashville, let's say around Lawrenceville, Springfield, back down into Memphis, you may want to alert your family members or friends that severe weather is headed their way. It's going to be headed their way soon, and you don't need to take it lightly as these storms start to fire up and they become pretty progressive. But once again, that is for today's outlook tomorrow. Now, here's the time frame. The question is, when are these storms going to affect Tennessee and all, a lot of the areas? Now, as we look at the latest storm time frame here, you'll see that between 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I would say anywhere between 3 and 7. It looks like it's going to start off anywhere from Franklin to Overton County. That will include anywhere from Interstate 24 to I-40, and that goes west of that starts out in I-40, kind of along the Kentucky area downward. That's where the risk will start out, is at 4 to 7 for tomorrow afternoon. So by the time you likely head into work for the late afternoon, that's when severe weather will develop. Now, we could start seeing this severe weather affect the Chattanooga area about this time as well, because here's why. Chattanooga is in the time frame of that blue level. And so what this is talking about is, if this is the correct time frame if this actually is the correct time frame and this does happen, that means we'll have daytime heating in place, and as daytime heating falls into place, there will be a good chance of seeing or picking up either a large hailstone that may either bust out your car windshield, put dents in your vehicles, or possibly even could be a good risk of picking up a destructive wind or possibly even a tornado. The chance in that time frame is pretty high, because mainly that is the regular time frame for severe weather in any state, to be honest with you. Actually, that is actually the tornado time frame. 5 to 8, the severe weather will start moving through Red Bank in places. I think it'll become a bit more widespread. It'll go from Red Bank all the way on up into Clay County, Kentucky. And then, of course, working its way to 6 to 9, it'll start entering over Blount County, Tennessee, and then work its way through Knox County, Tennessee during that time frame, and then move its way far more east through 7 to 10 p.m. Now, the thing about this time frame is it depends on how fast or how slow the storm system is moving. If the storm system is moving at a fast clip, then you're more than likely going to see storms come during this time frame. If the storm system slows down and there's a lot of complications, but still get its act together, it's going to be a bit more slower in time frame. So you need to keep that in mind as we go through the day tomorrow. So what I'm saying, it's going to be definitely a long day, and you need to be prepared for this oncoming event. Okay, now let's go to the Tennessee radar and give you a good idea of what's going on across the state of Tennessee, so that you'll be aware of what's being seen and what is not being seen. And starting off in Nashville, Tennessee, I love to start off in Nashville first because this is always the area where storms pick on the most. There is a bit of activity picking up near Big Spring, not tornadic. There's no severe weather with it, but nonetheless, it's still a cute little shower. Maybe a little bit of lightning and thunder to it. Nothing to cause any serious harm, I wouldn't think. This small thunder shower is moving northeast toward Dover, Oakwood, and looks like St. Bethlehem. Can you guys believe we got a Bethlehem here in Tennessee? Wow, that's awesome. Coming Easter, right? So we got to start getting the Easter spirit. Just, even though Bethlehem is the Christmas spirit, it's where the birth began. Anyway, Bethlehem, St. Bethlehem, the thunder shower activity is headed towards you. Dover, Stewart, this activity is headed towards you. And it looks like Cumberland City going to get into some rain as well. Now, as we go back into Nashville, there are some more storms firing up near Wilson and Auburn and Auburntown and Watertown start to pick up some showers or thunder showers as well. And again, none of this is severe. That's the good news, because radar is not giving me anything that's going to stick out at me anytime soon, but a few scattered showers and a few thunder showers in the forecast. So it's good news for a bit. What I want to do now is switch over to the Huntsville radar site. And as I go ahead and switch to the Huntsville radar site, you will see the Huntsville radar site showing really not a quiet night here in Chattanooga. I love nights like this. It's quiet, calm. There's nothing to really worry about right now. There is a few scattered showers, a couple of thunder showers coming up toward Cookeville, Lebanon. There's also one near Wilson County. I do expect to see a thunderstorm or two approach the Chattanooga area later tonight, but again, severe weather not going to be a problem. Depends on how unstable the air gets at this time. 61 degrees. I mean, I have seen storms develop in probably 60, 65 degrees, but it's really too cool for the air to support severe storms. So we'll keep an eye on that just in case. However, can't rule out maybe a heavy rainfall, a little bit of thunder and lightning, and maybe a gusty wind or two with they'll develop there. What I want to do now is take you to the Storm Prediction Center website and give you an idea of what the Storm Prediction Center is dealing with out of all this. Fortunately, those guys have had a really busy day today, and yes, I expect they will continue to have a busy day as we're going through the day tomorrow. And a lot of my friends are watching the storm system. Seth Duncan, Jordan Bookout. Then we have Jason Campbell that's watching the outbreak as well. over Missouri. Now again, this is the slight risk of severe weather. You can see Nashville even placed in that. Now the Storm Prediction Center did bring the marginal risk of severe weather closer to Cookeville for the overnight hours. Now that's smart because why? Well, the system that's setting up right now over Missouri, once it gets into west of Tennessee, I said there'd be a chance of showers and thunderstorms during the morning hours. I do expect that to happen. And yes, a few of these thunderstorms could be awfully strong, possibly severe and ongoing, because they're going to be tracking from Missouri to Paducah and all the way into parts of Tennessee, where there is a slight risk of severe weather for west-northwest Tennessee. You'll be seeing that on the Chattanooga weather desk here in a couple of hours. I will be a very busy guy, possibly a very tired and grumpy guy. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. But still, nonetheless, a very nasty setup indeed about to take place. As you can see, the enhanced risk continues for southeast of Kansas, all the way back in through Missouri, and then continuing through parts of northwest Tennessee as well for the enhanced risk of severe weather. And as we look at the tornado chance is 2% anywhere from Nashville to Dover, from Dover to Missouri, or from Dover to Paducah. The tornado chance ups itself to 5%, and then 10% over southwest Missouri and also southeast parts of Kansas. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll update as needed. The damaging wind threat is pretty high, rather across parts of Nashville back over into Missouri. It's more so pretty high along Missouri and Kansas. And then here's the hail threat for tonight. And so that spells the severe weather risk for tonight and what is to be expected. Now let's go into the important update, which is for tomorrow. Now I have seen them take this off. I have seen this issued 1 April, and lo and behold, it is April. But I have seen this issued 1 April, and they wound up, and what they did was they wound up taking the severe weather threat off because there was a lot of doubt that and even before the day happened, the severe weather risk was taken off, and just as it was taken off, the next day, following that day, severe weather did mature, and there was a tornado that did hit Crossville and a few other places, and I think that was back in the mid to late, actually back to the late 90s when I was growing up in the county line area there. But as you can see, here's the risk update for tomorrow. Nashville, you are in a very dangerous risk of severe weather. This is not a time to play around. I'm very serious. You can ask my wife about this stuff. If you're ever around her, she will tell you how serious I get with severe weather. I expect as I bring these videos out that everyone heeds these videos. Tornado warnings that are issued, you need to seek shelter, take cover immediately. And yes, I will request that you share this video with your friends. I'll be bringing this video on Chattanooga Weather Desk, and I want you to share it with your friends and bring it to your neighbors. Tell them what's going on, and of course, if they can't watch the video, I'll have an update posted about the severe weather probably within the hour or so. But there you see the slight risk of severe weather for Chattanooga on up into Kentucky, with more of the heavier risk of severe weather for Nashville back off into northeastern Alabama. Now, I'm thinking what's going to come up here is the cells that are going to be developing just southwest of Mississippi, and they're going to work their way off to the northeast. They will be lining up anywhere along Huntsville, Alabama, to Red Bank, from Red Bank all the way on up into parts of Kentucky. And yes, Chattanooga, you're going to be right in the middle of all this because we're going to be smack dab in this significant severe weather threat. So it's a good idea to listen to NOAA weather radio, monitor the sky. Any thunderstorm that passes over you, treat it like you would as if any severe weather was coming across. Now let's take a look at some cities affected by this. Again, Chattanooga, Nashville's in there. Jackson, Tennessee is in there. And then it looks like Memphis, Tennessee, also for Louisville, Kentucky, is in that severe weather threat for tomorrow. The severe weather threat for mesoscale discussions is clear. I don't see anything there that appears to be threatening. That's good news. The last one that was most recently issued was 0192. So again, there's nothing really going on there. But just to remind you, there is a tornado watch, and those of you that are in these watches, you need to take especially serious, as the threat for tornadoes is moderate. The threat for large tornadoes is low. However, that does not mean the tornadoes cannot grow into a larger scale. So you need to really watch out for that. And of course, hail threat is going to be pretty high. 2 inches diameter is plus will be the expected threats. Counties that are in the tornado watch does include Baxter, Carroll, Benton, Fulton, Boone, and Marion County, Arkansas. In Kansas, it includes Allen, Chautauqua, Crawford, Labette, Wilson, Bourbon, Cherokee, Elk, Montgomery, Woodson, Butler, Crowley, Greenwood, Neosho. And then Missouri, looks like Berry, Christian, Dent, Howell, Lawrence, Oregon, Polk, Stone, Vernon, Barton, Dade, Douglas, Jasper, McDonald, Ozark, Pulaski, Taney, Cedar, Dallas, Green, Laclede, Newton, Phelps, Shannon, Texas, and Wright is under that tornado watch. And then you have Craig, Mays, Ottawa, Washington, Delaware, Nauta, Pawnee, Kay, Osage, and Rogers under that tornado watch. And this tornado watch goes through 2 a.m. Local time. So let's look at your latest watches and warnings by the National Weather Service across the states, and to look at your local radar again. Severe weather is expected through the day on Friday and Friday night. Be sure and tune in. Have your no weather radios on and handy. And if there's anything else that you'd like to ask questions, whatever it might be, just feel free to drop on by to the Chattanooga Weather Desk as we're tracking storms, and we'll try to give you what we can. But until then, it does appear to be that it's going to be a busy and most dangerous day, Friday and Friday night.